So let's say that you're moving through your day and something happens with someone, and it always is someone you care about, otherwise you wouldn't feel any emotion. Someone you don't know calls you on the telephone and says, hello, you don't know me, I'm just calling to tell you I will never call you again. You would say, okay, thanks for letting me know. But if you care about this person and they tell you that, you would feel strong negative emotions. So you're moving through your day and something happens which causes you to feel negative emotion. In other words, you know what you don't want, and it's pointedly vivid for you. In that moment, you launch a rocket of desire, a preference, a vibrational asking emanates from you, and the source within you rides that rocket and gives undivided attention to that improved preference that this piece of life has just caused you to ask for, and holds steady the vibrational tone of that, includes it into that point of attraction, into that focal point of attraction, and literally absorbs it. And now law of attraction begins immediately to respond to this becoming point. Can you feel that? Now the question that this workshop wants to ask and answer is, so now life has caused you to expand, and the larger part of you has taken the expansion and has now become it. The question is, what are you doing on that same point? And if you're like most humans, for a while at least, you're beating the drum of justification about why you want this, which means you're holding yourself apart from your improvement. And the negative emotion that you feel is your indicator that you're holding yourself apart from the improvement. That really is the only thing that we want to express to you in a way that you can really feel it. If you can get it, that every negative emotion you feel means the same thing every single time. It means life has caused you to expand to another point, and you're not letting yourself go right now because you're holding to something that's keeping you from going there. You're resisting your own evolution. And we want you to understand that nothing ever upsets you or makes you unhappy than that. We know it feels like it's somebody else's fault, but it isn't somebody else's fault, because nobody else can get inside of you and perceive. Nobody else can hold the tone of your vibration. Of course you can be influenced to a vibration. And we don't blame you a bit for being upset if somebody influences you to a vibration that doesn't feel good. But you're in charge of your vibration. And when you get that, you will finally, maybe for the first time ever, but once and for all, be free. When you get it, that the way you feel is only about your attention to some subject, then you're free. Esther said to Jerry the other day, I'm on the brink of discomfort over something. Something had happened. I have a sort of edginess. She said, let's go for a walk, or let's sit and meditate. I want to shake this off. I'm on the brink of discomfort. And then she laughed and said, I want to be on the brink of appreciation. That's the brink I want to be on. I know I can't hold myself in off-the-wall appreciation and enthusiasm forevermore, but I can sure hang around in the vicinity of appreciation. I'm going to reach for thoughts that hold me on the brink of appreciation so that in any moment I could just slip right over into appreciation. I don't want to be on the brink of a nervous breakdown. I'm on the brink. I'm on the brink of a nervous breakdown, and you are probably going to be the one that puts me over the edge. We want you to be on the brink of appreciation, and you are probably going to be the one that puts me over the edge. And when you get hanging around on that brink of appreciation, all kinds of wonderful things happen. Esther is in the ladies' room at a restaurant, and she hears in the room next door a mother and a child talking with one another. And the mother is saying, oh, honey, apparently there had been a wetting of the clothes accident. And the mother said, oh, honey, it's not your fault. I should have brought you when you first told me that you needed to go. And the child said, that's all right, Mommy. And Esther thought, ooh, I must have been hanging out on the brink of appreciation, because here I got to hear this loving exchange between mother and child. In other words, when you're on the brink of appreciation, it's like living in a sort of Disney movie, and the bird swoops in just at the right time, and the little bunny comes up and wiggles its nose at you, and you look out the window of your office and the squirrel is twitching its tail. Some people are gagging over that sort of thing, as if no one should live with all that's going on in the world. Who deserves to live like that? And we say, you all do. You all deserve to hang out on the brink of appreciation. It's who you are. The source within you isn't hanging out on the brink of appreciation. The source within you went all the way. Even when you're living something that you consider to be awful, the source within you went all the way into love and all the way into appreciation. And if you're complaining about anything, the only thing that you're complaining about is source went off and felt good and you didn't go. I'm going to blame source. I'm going to blame source. If source would come over here and complain with me, there'd be no gap and I'd feel good. And we say, you trained your mother to go over there with you, didn't you? In other words, you train your friend, be here with me. You train your mates. Back me up on this, you say. Back me up on this. You need to back me up. I know I'm hateful and belligerent, and I know I'm on the brink of a nervous breakdown, but come over here and back me up. And we say, source won't back you up. Source won't come over there to back you up. Source remains over here with who you have become, and not only backs you up, fulfills you, sustains you, is you. But you have to do the work of alignment. You must do the work of alignment, you see. In simple terms, if you want to feel good, you got to keep up with you. You've got to find ways right now, where all of your power is right now. You've got to find ways to let yourself be who you have become. You're a little bit like a two-headed monster. We just want both heads to get going in the same direction, so to speak. So a good way to sort of get the ball rolling, especially if you're new to this, would be to say, I wonder what my inner being thinks about this. What's my inner being's take on this? And your emotions are telling you that. If you've got a big knot in your stomach, it's telling you that the source within you is looking at this very differently than you are, and the way you're looking at it has caused separation is too strong a word, but it will do, separation from who you are. If you feel joy, and you ask that question, I wonder what source, you know how when you ripple with that feeling of love or understanding, and you say, I wonder what my inner being thinks about this. You just thought what your inner being thinks about this. That's why you're rippling. That's why you're bubbling. That's why you're filled with that feeling of well-being. But when you feel ornery, you're somewhere that your inner being isn't. It's just as simple as that.